Hi y'all, my name is Emma and welcome to my house. This is my minivan that I'm currently traveling the US in. If you're vibing with it, I would love to give you a tour, show you all the things that I have in here, some of which I don't even use. This minivan is a lot bigger than it looks, so thank you for being here and stay safe and enjoy the tour. So I'll start off with the front. There's really nothing super interesting about the driver's side. In my door, I do have some car wipes. And on each front door, I have nets to put over my windows so the bugs don't get to me at night. Luckily, there aren't a whole lot of bugs here right now, so I won't be needing them for a minute. My center console holds my pack full of sunglasses. It also sometimes holds my bear spray, which sometimes ends up in my catch-all bag. It has some nonsense in here. I've got some watercolor paints, and I have some old coins and one of my journals that I've worked in while I've been out here. This is a remote for the stereo system that I put in. I don't really use it though because it doesn't really correlate when I'm using my phone for music. I have a little incense burner thing in here, and this actually slides back, which I really enjoy. This is more sunglasses. I do have a knife in here. Sometimes it comes in handy. Not very often though. And that's pretty much everything in here. This little tray is super nice. I have one of my little sets of silverware up here so that if I'm eating anything up in the front, I don't have to go all the way back to my kitchen. These are just my keys. And yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. I do have some cable management down here. One of these cords will charge my phone, and this cord will charge my power source with the car battery when I'm driving. As we move on to the passenger side, this is one of the sun blockers. Ooh, I just hit myself in the face. That I can put up in my windshield if I choose to. I generally don't use these. I generally just cover my back windows, but here is also where I store my shoes. I have one pair of casual shoes. They're all filthy. I've been playing in the dirt. A set of Merrells that I got for super cheap because they were discontinued, and a pair of running shoes, and my rollerblades. And this box back here, just a box of snacks. In this pocket here, I also have a planner that I used to use when I left and I don't use anymore, and a journal that I can work on when I am finished with the one that I'm currently using. The glove box here does look a little bit messy, but I promise you it all makes sense. When I go to parks or recreation areas, whenever I get a chance to, I will pick up a map, and all the maps go in here. So, and this is the manual for my car, the user manual. This console here holds all of my car information whenever I've done repairs. It has a few of these little guys in there. And I keep a little log of whenever I have things done to my car. So oil changes, tire rotations, air filters, brake fluid, coolants, wiper fluid, stuff like that, just so that I know. It also has when things were replaced, like struts and spark plugs and etc. So I just have a record of it. All right, moving on to the fun stuff. I got a little baby mirror here that I don't really use, but this package holds a lot of stuff, so we'll go through it. This bag will generally hold things that I use very often and very frequently. I have sunscreen, bug spray. Over here I have a couple of different kinds. This one I stole from a friend, but I bought another one. This one's like gross and run out. Here is my cable management, and as you can see, I do like to keep it pretty neat. I have a towel in here. It is a microfiber towel. These don't get mildewy and they dry very fast, so I really like them. I've got some lotion and some various odds and ends, a little washcloth, and of course my portable speaker. This was really cheap and it works super nice. And over here I have all of the plastic bags I've acquired for my trash can, which I don't know how I would live without this. I've got a little got a lint roller down here. I've also used that more frequently than you would think. I am also the proud owner of not one but two Jackeries. I purchased one for myself when I decided to go on this trip, and my father had one that he wasn't using and offered to give it to me, and having a backup was actually really nice. These can charge via solar panel. The solar panel is expensive, but I do have one. Is under here, which we'll get to in a minute. They hold a lot of power, and if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I'm confident that I can go quite a few days without an outlet, so that's really nice. I've moved the trash can so that we can see. Here in this box I have tools, helpful items that I use all the time. This is a fan. It's rechargeable, and it can hang from, I'll show you my ceiling setup, but it'll hang from the straps that I have on the ceiling, and it's really good for airflow. I mean, obviously it's a fan. I have a couple of lights in here. These have come in handy. There is a AAA battery stuck to one of them because it's magnetic. This is a little messy, but it is what it is. This is a set of stuff that connects with my roof rack thing up top. I don't use it very often, but it's nice to have all of the extra supplies for that. Velcro. I stick stuff to my car all the time. This also has like jack recharging stuff. I've got some things that I haven't really used in here, like fire gloves. I thought I would be making a lot more fires than I do, but I really don't do a whole lot with that. This is the sleeping bag, and I also have my trauma shears, which I use all the time. I work in healthcare, so that's why you're seeing these. I also have a little shovel, like a foldable shovel in here. So that's everything in this box. In this, I have things that I also use pretty frequently. I've got a lot of feminine products in here because it's cheaper to buy them in bulk, and it's nice to have a place to put them. I've got some Tide Pods because I'm not carrying around liquid detergent. It's gonna go everywhere. I've got some toilet paper, some paper towels, and I've got... This stuff is bomb. I use this because anything else will give me cheilitis around my lips, so that's not cool. I've also got wet wipes in here, which is my primary hygiene when I don't have access to water or a shower. So more underneath things. I've got some books in here, and I also have a little toolbox, which is really nice. It has like a wrench and a screwdriver and just some essential things in it. One time I locked myself in my car because I used to have a steering wheel lock, and I had to beat it with a wrench that was in here to get it off, so that was cool. I also have some other essentials. I have an emergency kit here, an aluminum blanket. I think that this is like another little tiny shovel that I haven't used, and glow sticks, and just a whole bunch of good stuff in here, a tiny little first aid kit. Under here I have some more books. I have a poncho that I've opened and a poncho that I have not opened. I have an emergency water spill, and I also have some emergency meals here that come in bags, and all I have to do is add water to it. Luckily I haven't had to use those. Moving on to the bed, I have two blankets here. This is actually my baby blanket. I can't believe it survived. I got a couple of little stuffies. This is something that my friend's sister crocheted. She's incredible. I'll put her link in the description. And this is a little guy that my brother gave me. And this is something that my friend gave me. He swings and he's super cute. This is a 30-degree sleeping bag. I have 2 pillows, and it is supported by a memory foam topper, and underneath I have a an inflatable little mattress, and this one works really well for me. I've only had to refill it once ever, and I've been out since April, which was like 5 months ago, so that was really cool. The bed is supported by a platform that my dad made for me with just some indoor-outdoor carpet over it so that I can clean it easily. So this is my kitchen. I promise that there's kind of a logic to this, but most of the time I'm just throwing stuff in here. I've got some extra little garbage bags in here that I don't use. I don't know why I brought them because I have, when I can just use the Walmart bags. I've got a pan, I've got a pot, I've got a couple of extra water bottles, some aluminum foil. This is my percolator that I use to make coffee. I absolutely love this thing. And other than that, I've got a spatula and a coffee cup, and that's kind of the vibe for the kitchen. Under the kitchen is where I store my water. I have 6 gallons of water and some little seltzers that I bought recently. This bag back here is where I keep some hygiene products that I don't use very often. I am a makeup girly, so I put my makeup in here. This is my little makeup bag. I did have to condense when I left. I also have a little bag of stuff that I use for journaling. In this green bag, I also carry feminine product bag number 2. As you can see, I tend to have a pretty heavy flow. I also keep my razor in here for when I shave my head. And this bag just has random odds and ends like hand sanitizer, a couple of my favorite roller perfumes, and it also has my password book in here. I also have the universal needs bag bottle in here. It has Tylenol, ibuprofen, 2 different brands of ibuprofen, and 2 different brands of Benadryl in here. I know the doses of each one, but and I know which one is which, but I don't know, girlies gotta have a universal needs bottle, so. Also stuffed back here, I've got my bag. This backpack has another backpack in it, which is pretty much empty, but I just keep it around so that if I don't want to lug the big hiking backpack, but I still want a backpack, I have this. This also has one of my favorite roller perfumes in it right now, so that's that. And I also have like a cute little purse in case I want to actually look pretty and have an outfit together. This bag also has my laptop in it. Also in this crevice where all the bags are, I have 2 laundry bags. I don't know why I have 2. I bought 1 and 2 came, so one of them is usually empty. So this is my dirty laundry bag right now. And I chose something that isn't mesh because I didn't want any smells to be escaping from the bag all the time. This is my silly little art wall-ish. These are patches that I've collected from all the national parks that I've been to. This is a picture of my puppy at home that is being taken care of by other members of my family right now, so thank you. This is a little gnome dude that my coworkers gave me. This is some driftwood that I found in the Pacific Northwest coast, and I've got some other little odds and ends in here, like just rocks and cute things that I like. This little bag is super cool. It has a little geode in it. I bought a geode with my friend. It was like $7 and we cracked it in half, and they have one half and I have the other half. So this is what that looks like. Super cute. This side of the van, this lock is actually broken. It doesn't respond to the key fob, so I have to manually lock it. So because of that, this whole side is really difficult to access because I just prefer to keep it locked all the time. So here is stuff that I use very rarely or never at all. I've got a blanket in here that I use to sit on, which I actually do use pretty frequently, but there's really nowhere else for me to put it. This pop-up, this is a pop-up, like a thing where it just unfolds on its own and you can change in it. It's like a little privacy pop-up. I hate this thing. I hate it. I want to get rid of it. I never use it because it's basically impossible to get back in the bag, and you can see that it's not flat and it takes up a lot of space, so that's that. Tote back here has a camping chair that I broke with my fat ass, and a little camping table, and a little vacuum that I never use. This is just the whole I don't use this section of my car. And in here is also, I don't know if you can see it. God, I can't get it out. Well, you'll just have to take my word for it. This is a foldable commode that I never use. I have no reason to use it. My knees work, I can just pop a squat. Like, I don't need a commode. So we move on to the back of the van. This tablecloth doesn't really look so aesthetic from this side. I mostly use it just so that I don't have to look at all these ugly totes when I'm inside. So this tote holds my clothes. They are unfolded because it's a tote and I'm rummaging around for them anyway in there, so what's the point of folding them if they're just gonna get rummaged around? All of my undergarments, bathing suits, bras, underwear, big socks, little socks, all of the stuff that generally goes under clothes is in this though, so I don't have to look around for that. And this is just a sleeping bag. This is my pantry. It is exceptionally chaotic right now. It's a bit rough, but everything else I try to keep really clean, and this is just crazy. In between the pantry and my cooler, I have my camping stove. It is super easy to use. I can use butane or propane, but I usually choose to use butane. In this tote is my portable shower and my shower bag. I do not frequently use the portable shower as a shower, but it is really nice to have some resemblance of running water. All I have to do is pump it and water comes out. And then there's like a pressure release valve so it doesn't continue to leak. This is the most useful thing that I own. If I want to wash my hands, if I want to wash my face, if I want to brush my teeth at night in the middle of nowhere, this is what I'm using. And this is my shower bag. Everything that I need to shower except for my towel, which is up front because I like to hang it over the passenger seat to dry. Everything I use for my showers except for that towel is in this bag. I got my soap, I got my leg razor, I got my shampoo that I clearly need. And this little guy is just my cooler. It has little locks on the side and it's super handy for me. It does do a good job staying cool, but it obviously depends on the temperature of the environment. And lastly is the ceiling setup. This is a Lumi light. This is a solar light, and I just charge it when I drive and the battery lasts for a really long time, and it's nice to have just like a hanging light. But I do hit my head on it sometimes, which is annoying. Over here I have a carbon monoxide detector because you gotta. And this net primarily holds the sheet that I use to kind of like disguise myself when I sleep in public. So when I'm getting ready to go to bed in a public place, I have a hole in this sheet and I will just hang it on the little side thing here that the Kia so graciously has, and I will do the same on the other side, which you can see here. This is what it looks like from the inside, minus some little adjustments. And I really love this because from the outside, the glare on my windshield is pretty intense. You can't really see how it is, but you can't see the back seat, but you're inconspicuous because the front seats are still exposed and empty. And there's really nothing incriminating the fact that I live in my car in here. Putting these guys up, whether it's the black side or the reflective side, is a dead giveaway that you're sleeping in your car. My window covers I keep under the bed so I don't have to look at them. The black side, that's pretty stealthy. When it goes behind the windows in the back seat, you really can't tell. It just looks like you've got blackout tint. And this is a reflective side, which is ideally to keep the heat out of your car. I put these up every night when I'm in a public place and nobody can see in the car, see that I'm sleeping in there, and it works out great. You can purchase these like I did, or you can make them for cheap. And that is everything except for the awning, which is a pain in the ass to undo, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. This is a little bit later in the day, but I realized that I forgot to talk about costs, so I wanted to briefly talk about costs. Most of these things were exceptionally inexpensive, but the things that were on the more expensive list are as follows. One was the WeatherTech covers, the window covers. They were like $200. It was expensive. The air mattress was, I think, $140. The awning, it was also $140-ish. The jackery was, I don't know. It was more than $100, but I don't think it was more than $200. And the solar panel that I bought was like $300. So those are the more expensive items that I purchased. I saved up and bought each of these items over time. I had been planning to do this for quite a long time before I actually went out and went to live in my car. And everything else that I purchased was like under 20 bucks. Or I already had it. Oh, the other thing, the bed platform. I think the materials to make the bed platform were like $100. I could have gone cheaper with a couple of things for sure. I didn't have to purchase a name brand power source like a jackery. I don't use the awning that much. I didn't really need to purchase it, but I am glad that I did. Like, it saved my ass a couple times, but it wasn't a 100% necessary purchase. I could have gone cheaper on the sleeping pad, but I didn't want to skimp out on something that would help me sleep at night. And the WeatherTech window covers I could have made, but I chose to spend the money on these things, and if that's not within the wheelhouse, that's completely fine because there are so many options. Other than that, I just wanted to introduce you to my little guys that live here. I forgot to tell you their names. This is Chicken Slut. Puppy's name is William. These two boys are nameless, but I just kind of call them my boys or baby. Yeah. At this time, Swing Boy is nameless, although he might just be perpetually Swing Boy. And this is Pleodicius. I've had him for like maybe 7 years now. This guy's been with me for a long time. He's looking a little ragged. Those are all my friends, and this is the actual ending of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Please leave a comment if there's anything that you have questions about, or if you want me to cover it, or if you want to talk shit, you can do that too. I don't really care. It's all good. This is a safe space to talk shit. But yeah. Please take care and stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.